morning, everyone. My name is Antoine Urwis, and you're watching BioMarine 360. Today, my guest is Wenche Uksnøy, Cluster Manager of NCE Blue Legacy at AKP. She will be sharing with us her thoughts on the blue economy and talking a bit more about an event she will be organizing on March 25th. NCE Blue Legacy is a marine and biomarine cluster with 55 partners from the Norwegian fishing and marine ingredient industry. Together, they have the ambition to increase value of 100% utilization of wild-caught marine raw ingredients through innovation and collaboration. Wenche Uksnøy has a master's degree in marketing management from the BI Norwegian Business School. She became cluster manager in 2016 and has over 20 years of experience in international sales and marketing positions in the omega-3 and processing industries. All the information about Wenche will be in the details below, and I will let her explain the rest.
My name is Wenche Uksnøy. I am the cluster manager of NCE Blue Legacy, a Norwegian cluster of marine and biomarine companies working on increasing the value and the impact of products from the ocean.
So can you share more about your cluster and its missions?
Well, NCE Blue Legacy has its origin in the omega-3 industry in Norway. 7 companies still active in our cluster today joined forces 10 years ago in order to meet competition and to find a common voice and areas within they could collaborate, and this could sort of strengthen the Norwegian position as a global leader in manufacturing of omega-3 lipids. Since then, we have built a network and we have built our value chain by including more partners from all parts of the marine and biomarine value chain. So we now have partners from the fishing fleet, the whitefish fishing fleet, the processing industry, as well as companies developing finished product of marine origin, sold as dietary supplements, food, or as raw material to feed. So the partnership also includes now suppliers from the industry and the most important research institutions in Norway. So all in all, we have 55 partners and several thousand employees actually working in these companies. When it comes to our goals, very early, our industrial partners saw the need to focus on 100% utilization of the marine resources. And now, facing the fact that 30% of the ocean catch is not utilized or underutilized, this goal is more relevant than ever. Our ambition for 2021 and the years to come is, via collaboration and development of sustainable products from the ocean, further strengthen actually the competitiveness for Norway as a premium global seafood and ingredient provider. So we are committed to innovate together with our partners and stakeholders to increase the value and the impact of marine products.
How have recent changes in consumer attitudes impacted the B2B industry, notably in distribution?
Well, many of our partners are B2B companies, meaning that their products goes into new value chains and may be further processed or branded. And we see a change in how the consumer power affects the way to do business in the B2B world. I used to say it's now maybe more about acting B2B, but thinking B2C. It is becoming more important to understand the ways of the consumer. What does the consumer look for when purchasing? A simple example, as consumers, we may be afraid of, for example, environmental pollutants in a marine ingredient. Well, the manufacturer of this ingredient must then document that the level of environmental pollutants is not a problem. So when it comes to distribution, and also for the dietary supplement market, online sale has been big for years. And figures actually shows a steady growth in this. We also hear now about telemedicine as a new and coming industry. Services, knowledge, and products for health are distributed and available in new digital channels. You get counseling online, and you can buy your products online. So today's consumers are searching for information themselves and do not necessarily trust only one source. So in order to stand out as a company offering a finished product, you may also need to use your B2B supplier or your ingredient supplier to support you and help you to build this documentation much broader and available in different formats and platforms than what you did offer earlier. So this is a way how consumer attitudes impact, I would say, the business. And I would say also when it comes to the pandemic and the COVID that we are experiencing right now, we experience an increased interest in learning how to work with B2B sales and distribution on digital platforms. We have travel restrictions, as we are all aware of, and it seems like it will last. So the B2B players have until now also used, and they have often used trade shows as their sales platform, as an important meeting arena. So how can they now build trust and find new customers? This is topics that we're working on and trying to understand and to move forward on how to do sales in the time to come. So and also a last point when it comes to impact in distribution and COVID, we see there's an increased interest of the demand for products stimulating the immune system. And I think it's a clear example of impact on distribution. When you saw, for example, the cod liver oil gain quite good traction in France, as soon as it was mentioned and discussed on television on the impact it may have on the immune system. So yeah, things are happening that affects distribution and sales definitely in this very special time.
So how do mega trends such as traceability, sustainability, certification affect your industry?
These trends has a very strong effect, I would say. And the trends all support, because they support and build credibility and trust to the work and the quality offered from the seafood and ingredient industry. As already mentioned, many of our partners work in B2B environments, and that's a lot about trust and how to build trust with your suppliers and partners. And another reason for this trend's importance is the value of documentation that good system for traceability, sustainability, and certification actually offer. They will support what you say you're good at and the superiority, let's say, of your offering. So it may be a good help for you to build your story, actually. So I think if a company does a good job in documenting their USPs via, let's say, third-party certification schemes, it may really strengthen the company's brand and uniqueness.
So you are organizing a digital workshop on March 25th. What message would you like to share with our community, and what are your expectations?
Well, we will dig more into the topics that we already briefly now touched upon in the workshop and learn more about these exciting trends. But I would say that networking, even digitally, is a strength by itself these days. So we would look forward to meeting people. It's all about sharing knowledge, I would say, and expertise for the greater good. So I think I look forward to meeting more people and getting to know and learn about other companies' experiences in these special times. So, and especially in this new situation with the pandemic, interaction on how changes affects the industry and how our work patterns develop, it is really an important learning for all of us, I would say. Look forward to seeing you all on board.